To begin, we're going to need to make our pasta recipe that I got from Ketogenic Woman. Her profile will be linked below. In a food processor, add in 4 tablespoons of ground pork rinds, 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, 3 eggs, and 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. Process on low for 1 minute or until everything is smooth. Now, grab a baking sheet lined with a silicone baking mat and pour out half of your mixture. Spread this out with the back of a spoon until you have an even layer. Put this into an oven set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 7 minutes or until everything is set. Let this rest for 5 minutes before carefully removing from the oven mat. Repeat until your batter has been used up. You don't have to clean up the edges, but I wanted some crispy corners, so I cut off any scrags. Save your scrags for a snack or feed them to the trash can. Here's where you get to decide what your chips look like. You could follow my lead here by cutting triangles, or you can cut some circles. Maybe squares are more your style if you're a smoker. I personally like the idea of an octagon chip. It helps satisfy the idea in my brain of having ant-sized cage fights. I wonder if Joe Rogan would be a commentator for ant cage fighting. Whatever you choose, just know that you'll need queso to dip these in. I've had a ton of requests for real cheese queso. So here it is for my trash cheese hating followers. Shred 4 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese on the smallest holes of a box grater. Be careful not to shred them fingies. You'll need those in just a second to pick up your cheese and place it into a heat-safe bowl. Take your cheese-filled bowl over to the stove and place it into a smaller pot simmering with water. Use 1/4 cup of whatever dairy liquid you want. I'm using half and half because it's what I had available. Begin whisking this for a few minutes or until melted and queso-like. Add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, an optional 1/4 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, and a 1/2 teaspoon of distilled white vinegar. Mix this and set aside off the heat while we fry our chips. Heat a 1/2 inch of oil of your choice over medium heat until it hits 350 degrees. I'm using olive oil here only because it was available to me, but I don't recommend olive oil. It has a really strong flavor, and the fact that it's a plant and my carnivore brothers and sisters aren't big fans of those, so I recommend beef tallow or lard to do this. Reduce your heat to medium-low to keep the oil from overheating. Add your UFC rings into the oil very carefully and fry, flipping occasionally for 1 minute or until golden brown. Once cooked, remove from the pan and place onto a paper towel lined plate and salt to taste. Alright, all that's left to do is just plate it up. Maybe add a shake of smoked paprika to your queso and enjoy. These chips are honestly much closer to a pita chip. They don't crunch as much as they crush in your mouth. Either way, they're delicious, and when they're dipped into the queso that's been sitting around for 20 minutes while I get pictures, makes me want to like this video and subscribe to my own channel.